What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Magic and Andrew MMA betting show, episode 76. We've got UFC Vegas 77. Holm taking on Myra Bueno Silva in the main event. But before that, we're going to start from the bottom of the card, work our way up for the first fight of the night. Who better to talk about Aline Perez versus Ashley Evans Smith than my co-host Magic MMA?
Yeah, my good friend Aydin Perez coming back here after a very rough fight against Stephanie Egger. But don't you think like she's going to just beat the living shit out of this grandma? Because I do.
Yeah, I would think that there's obviously some question marks given the layoff with Ashley Evans Smith, but can't imagine she's going to come back here looking like a world beater.
I mean, she looks. We talked about this before the fight that got cancelled against the blonde girl. I forgot her name.
Haley
That,
Cohen.
yeah, Cowan, that fraud. She looks way better physically down a division training at MMA Masters, and physically she's gifted. Like she's built like a brick. I think she has some power, some wrestling upside, and Ashley Evans Smith has fought like 4 times in the last 75 years. She absolutely sucks. She's old. I think Perez is. I mean, this is going to be a fight, and Perez is going to beat the shit out of her. This is going to look like a school fight at times. I feel. Don't you think it's going to go that way? Like against the fence on top, just a good old school pummeling. I think
Yeah,
this is
I agree with you.
yeah a bit down. This is a bit dumb, I think. That gets worse as it gets extended. And Eileen Perez has that. She fights with that confidence that stupidity brings. You know what I mean? She's going to go and try to kill someone. She's not going to be like, oh, I'm up 2 rounds. I'm going to play it safe. No, this girl is aggressive.
Yeah, a couple things. Like I agree with everything you said. My pause is just being the fact that Perez was just plus 200 against Stephanie Egger, lost that fight, coming back now minus 200 against Ashley Evans Smith. It's not like Egger is a world beater in the division. She's a fine mid-tier fighter. And then, yeah, if you look at Ashley Evans Smith's record, she hasn't won in a few years, but her last loss was to Norma Dumont, who's also on this card, and that was lined pretty competitively, if you remember. So just something to be aware of. But I agree with you. I think Perez is
Um,
going to get it done. I'm not even sure Ashley Evans Smith has been training seriously over the last couple of years. Like, why would she be?
I mean, I would be worried if it was like a capable grappler, but I'm not sure this girl is going to be able to roll an armbar or something. You know what I mean? Like if she was like a tricky grappler that can, I don't know, make it complicated when Eileen inevitably gets on top, I would be worried about this price. But she's minus 210. I know that it's tough betting on this girl being minus 210 in the UFC, but I think the possibility that she looks minus 1,000 is bigger than the fight looking evens. You know what I mean?
I agree. Cool. Next up, we've got Carl Deaton versus Alex Munoz. I could kick this one off. I think Munoz is going to win this. He's coming off a layoff, but he's an MMA coach, so I'm sure he's been training. And yeah, Deaton looks terrible off of his back. Munoz, if you look at his couple of losses in the UFC, it's to guys that are very big for the division. Like he lost a split to Luis Pena, who's 6'3". Carl Deaton's 5'7". And yeah, I think he's going to land takedowns at will here. Like I said, I don't think Carl Deaton has much off his back. If you go back to some of his regional fights, it's right there in the tape. I'm trying to remember the guy's name. Let me look it up really quick. I think it was Jonas Flock. Just completely took him down and dominated him on the ground. And Jonas Flock,
Yeah.
not even close to the caliber wrestler that Alex Munoz is. So yeah, I think Munoz is going to get it done here. What about you?
Yeah, I was looking to bet Deaton, but his grappling is like. I think Munoz is. I mean, Munoz is not good. He's like really a poor wrestler that I don't know doesn't really wrestle well. If that makes any sense, like his shots are meh. He's physically strong, but on the feet he doesn't have much either. I think on the feet Deaton is going to be winning this, and I'm not sure how much top time is Munoz really going to get. It's a pass for me, but I was kind of leaning Deaton. It's just that his grappling is a big concern. Soleki cleaned him pretty bad on the mat, but I mean, Soleki is a legit grappler. So yeah, I'm just going to watch this one and see if we can get some data, like people like to say, some data for the next one.
Love it. Yeah, I mean, Deaton, his defensive grappling, like off his back, just looks so bad. To me, it's one of these like old school fights, like wrestler versus a guy who can't wrestle. Like Alex Munoz is, I think, just going to shoot a double leg and hold him down. He might have like one or two sketchy moments because that's what he likes to do, but I think he's going to get 8-10 minutes of top time here. Yeah, anyway, next fight, we've got Tyson Nam versus Azat Maxum. Do you believe that Azat is the real deal, or do you think Tyson Nam's a live dog here?
Yeah, I was actually familiar with this guy before taping this. He's been making some noise. He has some really sick finishes in the regionals.
Mm-hmm.
I had seen him before. I mean, do you really want to pay this price on a debutant? Because Nam is right there to be hit and all that, but he's big for the division. I know that he's old, but he's big and he packs a gigantic punch and he goes for it. So yeah, from a money line perspective, I think it's a pass. I don't blame people for playing Nam. You know he's going to go forward, maybe not shoot a lot of volume, but go forward and look for a big right hand. I played doesn't go in a parlay like minus 175. I think that's a good look because Nam is going to bring the fight. The Kazakh guy is a finisher, very good grappler too, probably has a big advantage there. I know Nam is not a guy that gets grappled or anything, but this is a very good opportunistic finisher, can crack too. I think it's going to be kind of a car crash, kind of expecting the Kazakhstan guy, whatever his name is, Azat Maxum, kind of expecting him to get a highlight reel finish, but wouldn't be surprised if Nam randomly bombs him, honestly.
You nailed it. I couldn't have said it any better myself. I'm passing. It's Nam or pass, but he's coming off getting finished. He's old, big flyweight, low volume, a lot of power. Azat spams a lot of takedowns. So you have to favor him just off the grappling upside. I don't think Nam is much of a grappler. So yeah, I'm picking Azat to get it done, but yeah, it's a pass for me betting wise. Genaro Valdez taking on Evan Elder. I tweeted at you this week. I'm tempted on Valdez. I'm not sure if I'll do it, but just feels like he gets into wars. Like Elder's probably a better fighter than him, but Valdez,
what do you mean probably?
He's a better fighter, but he also I think he overperformed a little bit against Sadikov. Yeah, I don't know, man. Elder has some takedown upside, so you have to make him the favorite. On the feet, Elder a little bit better technically, but Valdez just kind of tends to make fights wars. Yeah, he hung in there better with Natan Levy than I expected. Yeah, he goes for it. He very much sketched me out on the Contender series. Minus 180 on Frivola versus him was a gift. What else do I got? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think Valdez could make this fight a war, but Elder just more better put together in terms of actually having MMA skills. So got to pick him to win here.
I mean, this guy is really bad. Like there is a select few group of fighters in the UFC that a civilian could put hands on. Genaro Valdez is part of that group. Like a random guy from the stands can definitely put a couple hands on Valdez before dying. His defense is absolutely non-existent. Elder is better than people give him credit, in my opinion. He fought a banger at welterweight against Parsons, who is a big, strong wrestler. Had his moments, got grapple fucked, but I mean that was expected. And then he was winning handily. I had him up 2-0. I think he was up 2-0 on every scorecard too against the guy fighting McKinney in this card, actually, Sadikov or whatever his name is. Yeah, Sadikov. Yeah. I think he's pretty good. I'm not saying he's the next coming or whatever, but I just think he's going to knock Valdez out brutally. I mean, Valdez gets in there, mixes it up. It's like playing Russian roulette, you know? But, I mean, he's really bad. Frevola played with fire with him, could have submitted him so easily, and Nathan Levi or whatever his name is deserves to go to prison for not finishing that fight. Yeah, I mean, I think this is a highlight reel finish for Elder. Would I be shocked if he got caught or anything? Not really. I mean, doesn't go is probably a decent parlay piece. It's like minus 380 or whatever.
Yeah.
Valdez has gone to one decision his last fight, and that was kind of a miracle. So yeah, expecting a war, but I think Elder gets him and gets him early.
Cool. Jack Della Maddalena taking on Basil Hafez. A little bit tempted on the underdog here, given the fact that he's a black belt, and I'm not very high on Jack Della as a grappler. But
This is the co-main.
oh, really? This is
Yeah.
the order they had it in. Let's just hit it now. This is the order we got. Yeah, I mean Jack, much better striker, better cardio. I mean, he should win this fight. Like, he might get put in danger early, but I don't like. I don't know how to say this guy's name. Is it Basil?
Basil Hafez.
Basil. I don't like his cardio. I don't like his striking at all. Coming in on short notice.
You don't like
Jack
Basil?
weight cut twice in a week. Definitely a concern. But yeah, I think the underdog here is probably has some finishing upside early, but after that, it's probably all Jack.
So yeah, last week I was on the brink of playing the muscle hamster, but he almost died, or I don't know what happened. Like, he was about to die, and they saved his life. I mean, he wasn't about to die because people were acting like Madalena was going to hit him and the muscle hamster was going to die. But Madalena cannot even dream of touching the muscle hamster. He was going to get ragdolled. So yeah, he has something fucked up in his head with a vein or something, and Jack de la Madalena got saved from a mauling. And now this week they give me a guy that is basically the same person but bigger. I mean, come on. I think we have to. This guy can grapple. Have you seen the tape? This guy can grapple. Do you know who cannot grapple? Jack de la Madalena. Yeah, I think this is.
Tell me he should be the favorite against Sean Brady.
I think this is going to be the leader of the free world this week. The almighty Basil Hafez. If he dies, he dies. I mean, we are going to fade Jack de la Madalena into homelessness. I don't care. It's going to happen eventually. He's not what people believe he is. So yeah, I think at plus 475, plus 450, you have to bet him. I mean, if this guy comes out and tries to strike and dies, I'm going to be upset with him and his stupidity. But if he comes out and starts wrestling, this is suddenly a very, very, very interesting fight. So yeah, people forget that Ange Lusa had this guy on a fully synced arm triangle like nothing. The first good grappler he faces that he doesn't kill on the first entry is going to like maul him. I'm not saying he's a fraud. I like Jack de la Madalena, very good boxer, very good body work, but he's getting priced like he's prime John Jones against everyone, and he's not what people believe he is. So yeah. How good was that? Wakanda forever. Defender vacate, gender bender.
What are your thoughts on Austin Lingo versus Mel Costa?
Yeah, Lingo sucks. No disrespect. This guy is not good. He's really not UFC level.
No, I was not.
I mean, Jack de la Madalena, going back to that comment, he was getting outlanded like 3-1, and then rocked him with the first punch he landed. Okay, maybe he has God-given power in his hands and he cannot be beaten. We'll see. Moving on, but that wasn't anything out of this world. I mean, he just rocked him. Shame on Randy Brown for going down like that from that punch. Yeah, Austin Lingo is not good. And this Brazilian fights like a Mongoloid, and it's better at basically everything, has better cardio, is the better grappler, should really clean him. I don't know. Don't you think?
Yeah, I lean Costa here. I bet Moises in his first fight, but Moises is like a legit.
Yeah, I bet Moises by submission, but Moises is like a grappling machine.
Yeah, he's like a legit top 20, top 25 guy. Lingo, if he makes it a brawl on the inside, like maybe he's live, but I tend to think that Costa could just stay at range and kind of pick him apart. He has nice body kicks. I think he's the grappling upside, so I think he's going to get it done here. I haven't been lower on Lingo than the market has been over the last few years, so I'm curious if it my thought process continues to reign true
I mean,
here.
Lingo is really bad. He has nothing. Like, really nothing.
Yeah.
He made Salah look like a world beater on the
Mhm.
feet.
Yeah. Estela Nunes versus Victoria Dudikova. I think this is dog or pass here. I know that Nunes is 0-3, I think, in the UFC, but she hits hard. She's good, especially early. She's fought good people. Dudikova probably looks to grapple, but I don't think her takedowns are very much. She hasn't fought anyone. She's coming off getting her knee fixed. I think this line is off. It just feels like a classic case of debut and being overvalued. What do you think?
I think she's a legit grappler. I think she's going to finish Stella Nunes on the mat. She's big. She's tough. Like, she won the fight without a knee, basically, last fight. And she wasn't facing a bum in contenders. That Maria Silva girl she fought is a decent fighter and hits very hard. Stella Nunes probably can have a decent round one if she stays standing, but she's a former atomweight. This girl is big, the way better grappler. I saw Stella Nunes get grappled really, really bad by a non-grappler already in the UFC. I'm not talking about Jauregui, the previous one. It's like, I didn't parlay Dudakova's money line or anything, but I think inside that plus 150, considering her win condition implies she's going to be on top and she has a lot of finishes, a lot of submissions, and actively looks for them when she has two functional knees, I think that's a decent price. So yeah, I think she's going to finish this fight on top, probably a submission.
Yeah, I can see it. I just don't trust it at the price. Like, I feel like Nunes skill wise is actually like pretty good. She just can't really keep it up for 3 rounds.
I think Nunes looks better than she is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, she's clean and all that, but when it's time to really fight, it's like, oh, the drills are not working anymore.
Yeah.
She's
I
not all
mean,
that.
like, she's fought some pretty good people though. Like, she fought Yasmin,
Yeah, and
Sanders,
no,
Carlos is not that
she
good, but
fought Angela Lee 2 times at one championship. I saw that.
yeah.
Very good fights. At atomweight, but whatever. Good fights.
Yeah. I'm not sold on this other girl. We'll see. I have nothing on it right now. Actually, no, I took some early plus 255 Nunes untracked, but I don't know if I'll keep it or not. It is. I could only bet her though at this price.
That was slick, Andrew. Leaving it on the air. If it hits, you can say you didn't get out of the position.
No,
If she loses, you got out.
I never talk about the stuff I don't track and tip.
No, we never, because we would go up to prison.
Yeah, we'll see. It could happen.
Yeah,
Next
I think
fight,
so.
we've got Tucker Lutz versus Melzik Bagdasarian. I'll start here. I thought Lutz at early price was probably not bad, but Melzik at this price is probably like a very slight favorite, probably about right. Melzik, I'm not sold on him as a grappler. He's a decent kickboxer. He's a pretty good kickboxer. Lutz,
I
not
disagree.
that good of a striker, has some wrestling upside. I think he's better cardio. Early Melzik, late. Lutz, probably not bad, but it's a pass for me. What do you think?
Yeah, when Lutz was about plus 175, I was thinking I'm going to bet this. It came down before I could really get action, no, not openers, but I mean, I think Bagdasarian is kind of a fraud. You know what I mean? I always say this: a fraud is what is advertised as something that is not. I don't think this guy is the second coming of Badr Hari or anything. She's a good linear kickboxer, and he has a left hand and a high kick, and that's about it. Anytime someone gets into rhythm or gets his timing, he's in fucking trouble almost instantly. He's all power and explosion and has like 2 or 3 moves. He's not all that, and he's a horrendous grappler. He gets away with it because, as I said, he's very powerful physically. So while he's fresh, he's not easy to grapple. But when people get him to the swamp, he's in trouble.
Too?
What?
Just one more thing I wanted to point out. He lost round 3 to Bruno Souza, who like literally was hardly throwing punches, and Bruno Souza was also giving him the perfect
Bruno
fight.
Souza, the worst fighter I have ever seen in my fucking life. In the UFC. That was the worst fight ever. Yeah, I remember that. I vividly remember that.
I was at that fight.
You had a great time, right?
Yeah, I went and took a snack break.
Yeah,
Thank you, Andrew.
I kind of
Appreciate it.
like Luch by decision. He has the finishing instinct of a potato, and she probably has a rough, hard, close round one here. Unless she can get on top, he can get on top. So yeah, I like Luch here by decision. I think that's a decent price. Plus 300, plus it's plus 300, right? No, I think yeah, plus 335, plus 300, plus 335. That's decent. Yeah, I like that price. Seems fair, more than fair.
Cool, cool. Nazim Sadikov taking on Terrence McKinney. I think Sadikov's going to get it done here. Terrence McKinney, he's explosive. He fights frantically early, but he has very bad striking defense. His cardio is very suspect. He's coming off getting brutally knocked out, whereas Sadikov, I think he's good everywhere. He's a pressure fighter. I think he's a better boxer here, better cardio. I think if this gets out of the first round, it's all Sadikov. So yeah, I think McKinney probably goes nuts trying to get it done, like he did in some of his other, like the Dober fight, for example, or he kind of approaches it like the Bonfim fight, where he's scared of gassing out, and I think that's even worse for him. But yeah, I think Sadikov should be a bigger favorite here. Do you have any opinions?
Yeah, I feel like we have talked about McKinney so many times already. In my opinion, no disrespect, he's one of the biggest frauds in the UFC. I don't see what people see in him. Like, he has 4 or 5 minutes of gas when he's actually fighting. His striking technique is horrible. Like, no rhythm, no technique whatsoever. He just puts things together horribly. And he's just a freak athlete. His wrestling is decent when he's fresh, and his top game, and he has a big, big left hand and big power, but he's just a horrible athlete in terms of cardio and pace, and his durability is really not there. So yeah, I also think he's kind of regressing as a fighter, because he was not great, but he was functional when he was going all out, and he had 4 minutes of hell, and during those 4 minutes he could beat anyone basically. But now, if he tries to fight measured, he's really bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's not decisive. Yeah, I have nothing. Doesn't go the distance. It's like minus 550. No thanks. It's not going the distance, but I'm not going to parlay that. I was thinking about playing Sadikov, but I don't think so highly of him. I think he's hittable. I don't know if McKinney. He probably has some grappling outside early if he goes for it hard. So yeah, I think Sadikov is going to finish him, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's the other way. I'm kind of rooting for McKinney because I have nothing, and even though I don't like the guy, I want to fade him again because the Bonfim fade was pretty good. Cool guy, Bonfim. He always comes through for me, win or lose.
You can't root against my bet. What the heck?
You said you bet McKinney?
Sadikov.
Oh, you bet Sadikov? Okay. Okay.
It's a win-win.
I'm going to respect the bro oath then and root for Sadikov, but not very hard.
Yeah. All right, just hard enough.
Like, go Sadikov. Go.
Next fight, I have nothing on. Don't have too much of an opinion, but Atman Azaitar versus Francisco Prado. Anything here?
Yeah, like, this card is full of frauds. This is the most fraudulent card in the history of the UFC, man. I had not thought about that way. We got Deaton, Valdez, Lingo. Yeah, it's full of frauds. I think this fight is going to be a good fight because both swing. Azaitar is, really fraudulent. He packs a big punch. Bad cardio, bad grappling, bad chin. They are going to swing. Doesn't go, looks like a lock. Prado is young, powerful, aggressive, explosive, probably the better grappler. I think he's maybe faster outside of big explosion in general. So I like Prado to knock him out. Azaitar here, but not super confident or anything. Prado by knockout is a good price in my opinion. I know he has 6 submissions and 5 knockouts, but if you see his record on the tape, he was submitting basically no hopers, insta submissions. You know, his finishes really come from knockouts and hurting people nowadays. And I think he's going to be first to the target, and Azaitar doesn't have a good chin. Someone is going to go to sleep. This is probably going to be a good fight to watch. I hope.
Yeah, I hope so also. I have no opinion here. Typically, I'd love a market overcorrection like this because Otman Zaitar was like minus 175 against Matt Favola, who's ranked number 14 in the world. Now he's a pick'em or even slight underdog to a guy who's 0-1 in the UFC. But I just think the market was so wrong back then that the correction almost seems justified to me. Like I think the market was so wrong on a Zaitar against Favola. I was big on Favola against the Zaitar. I never thought his Itar was good. He's a couple first round knockouts against guys who have no chin.
I mean, I think they could have corrected even more. If it wasn't Prado, who is kind of not a debutant, but he fought Mularki and he proved himself quite durable.
I mean, how long have we been saying that Zaitar is not good? Like for years.
Yeah, since I ever saw his face and the tape.
Like I remember tweeting that in like 2018, 2019, being like, this guy's not very good. And then he just fought so infrequently and he finally got matched up with someone decent and got blasted.
Yeah, basically like his brother. Barrial committed a murder on that man. It was Barrial, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think we both had Barrial.
And the referee, for some reason, wanted him to die.
Yeah. Yeah, and Zaitar obviously coming off getting brutally knocked out, but I think it's a fight that could go either way. I guess I'll pick Prado for pick's sake, but it's very, very small confidence. Norma Dumont versus Chelsea Chandler. You got anything here?
No, I'm passing. I was thinking, no, Chandler is Chandler going to get this down? If she gets it down, she wins, probably by stoppage, but it's like Dumont is not Storyalenko. She's big. She has a solid base, you know what I mean? She has gigantic legs and a gigantic ass. She's difficult to take down. Yeah, I mean, and she hits hard. It's like, is Chelsea Chandler really going to go full Mongoloid here and force a pace, not get knocked out, and get the fight she needs to get it to the ground and win? I don't know. Dumont turned Aspen Ladd into autism. You know what I mean? Ladd just needed to grapple and win that fight. And she almost won by accident because she took her down by accident. Yeah, I don't know. This is a pass. I wouldn't be shocked if Dumont keeps it standing and just looks like Sugar Ray Robinson on the field. She can punch. She has some hands. Doesn't have a lot of volume, but Dumont has power and speed on the field. So yeah, probably a good fight because Chandler is from the Diaz school of thinking. You know, they study a lot of mathematics and history and things like that before fighting to get the most smart game plan possible, the smartest. So yeah, she's going to go face first probably, but I'm not sure. Could be whatever.
Yeah, I think Dumont's going to take this one. I'm not high on Chandler. She's big, decent in the clinch. She might look for takedowns, but I don't think she's a particularly good wrestler. Dumont, the better striker, fought better competition. Actually, wouldn't be surprised if Dumont lands some of her own takedowns here. Yeah,
is that a real line? Is that a real line? We may have something here.
Who?
Dumont by knockout is... Oh, it's real. It's plus 1,300 at FanDuel and plus 1,200 at Betway. Okay, well, we are going to need to cut this part from the pod. I'm going to start again. I don't know. That's tempting, man.
Yeah, I mean, she's a better striker by a good margin.
I may have to think about it. Yeah, I don't hate that.
Yeah, I think she's gonna get it done.
I mean, if you think she wins 2 rounds, you have to bet her by knockout here, Andrew.
Maybe we just might.
Well, I had Dumont to finish that absolute fraud the other time.
Same.
That girl that looked like a transgender. I forgot her name.
Danielle Wolf.
Yeah, Danielle Wolf. I mean, it's a guy's name actually, right? Danielle Wolf.
I think Danielle's a girl's name. Daniel is a guy's name.
Okay, that was Daniel Wolf. She had a jaw bigger than mine, bro. Come on, man. And I still got like PTSD from that fight, from Dumont not finishing that. That cost me money.
Yeah,
that's a big number. So if you feel confident, I think you should shoot on Dumont by knockout. Take one for the team. I don't know if I'm going to do it.
Any opinions on Jun Young Park versus Albert Duraev? For me, it's a pass.
Yeah, this guy is an absolute money train, the Iron Turtle. Like he's much better than people realize. I think. Like I think there is like a wave, not of hate, but of disrespect towards the Iron Turtle because he's Asian, and we get this image of Asian people at generally not athletic or less athletic than white people and black people in that order. You know what I mean? But this guy can fight. He's a good athlete, good pace, better grappler. Durayev needs to grapple because he fucking dies every fight he cannot grapple or gasses. Do you think he can grapple Park dominantly? I don't. Park is bigger. Durayev probably should be at welterweight. And Park is not a guy that is going to be scared of not pushing a pace in case he gets taken down. You know what I mean? Like Chidi. Yeah, I think the Iron Turtle is going to cook this guy. This is going to be a big one, like Asian superiority in fighting over Dagestan or whatever this guy is, or Chechnya. Well, this is a changing of the guard at middleweight.
That's great. Yeah, I mean, I feel like Durayev's going to have success early grappling. It's just what happens after that's the question. Like Park for sure has better cardio. He's a better striker. I could see it being like Durayev wins round 1 wrestling, and then round 2, it's a matter of like, can he keep it up? And then Park wins round 3. I don't mind the over.
If this goes past 1 round, I'm telling you, Parker's jab is going to look like he's fucking Errol Spence. Just after 5 minutes, if he can push pace, that jab is going to be landing like bam, bam, bam. Prime Daniel Cormier. Bam, bam.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm picking Park, and I'll root for whatever your bet is because you're rooting for Sadykhov. But yeah, I got nothing here.
I like the Iron Turtle here a lot. He's made me a lot of money already.
He's a good soldier. He's a good soldier.
Yeah, sure. And he lost to Fluffy and made me money too. Like he's like Bonfim. I just make the call Parker this week. Park. It's Park, not Parker. I've been calling him Parker for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I didn't even know.
No Asian is called Parker, bro. It's Park. Union Park. He's my boy.
And yeah, there's no shame in losing a Fluffy.
He's like a very likable guy too, don't you think? Like very classy, he's always smiling. Easy to root for him.
I don't see why not. Main event time. Holm taking on Mayra Bueno Silva. I'll start this off. I think Holm should be a very big favorite here. I know she's old, but she's better striker, better grappler, fought better competition, better in the clinch, top time upside. I feel like Mayra is probably sub or bust here. Like she has decent arm bars from her back. I mean, just how high a percentage can you really price that? Holm, again, I know she's on the older side, but 3 months ago she beat Yana Kunitskaya pretty handedly, and I'm not convinced Mayra Bueno Silva is better than Yana Kunitskaya. Like she's certainly not in the clinch. Even like Wu Yanan, Lena Landsberg, like not uncompetitive fights, and that's like the bottom of the barrel. So yeah, I think Holm rolls here.
Did I call this guy Steve Parker?
Is that what you said? I don't know.
I don't know. I lost my mind for a second.
That would be so funny. In the comments when I was talking, I was like, "What is he looking at?"
Steve Parker, Union Park, the legend. Yeah, I agree. Like I agree with everything you said. Silva is probably armbar or bust. Yeah. I mean, Fiorot is not a grappler, and she was abusing her on top at 125, and Holm is a gigantic 135, probably the strongest 135 in the UFC, and she has just gigantic grappling upside here. I feel if she can avoid getting armbarred, and I think Holm is a girl that can do that. So yeah, I don't really see Holm losing this fight unless she gets armbarred, because on the feet she's probably worse at this point of her career, but can hang. And if she's not getting armbarred, it means she's on top dominantly or passing the guard or pounding. I like her. I think she's like, there is a big possibility she looks like a big favorite in my opinion, or a possibility that cooks her late really bad on top. It's there in my opinion too. So yeah,
this is the most we've lined up on a card in a long time.
Yeah, I'm worried. After last week, you pick appendicitis guy, Pragny, and who was the other one?
Pantoja.
No, Kamuela Kirk.
All right. I mean, if you want to go there, Kamuela Kirk own this guy in round 1 and then decide.
Hear me out. After 1 minute, fucking Ribovich gets taken down with the worst takedown in UFC history, and I'm like, oh fuck no, I'm going to have to listen to Andrew telling me how this was a great bet and all that. But he fought hands like a mega chat.
Also, just for the record, Prachniow outlanded Petrino at distance by double the amount of strikes. None of us could have predicted that grappling, so I was right about the striking.
Yeah, because I had no idea Petrino had bet on himself by submission. Like, if people have told me, like, that was so obvious. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. I tweeted it.
Oh,
that
yeah,
was so fucking
Petrino was a
obvious.
great pick. Petrino,
I know MMA. I know MMA,
Magic
man. What
got the
can I
minus
say?
300 pick, right?
What
He's
can
the
I
goat.
say? I know MMA. All the people were on Pragno, but I have to take Petrino there.
What about the great co-main event? We had Pantoja there. He fought for our money for sure.
Like, how fucking crooked is the UFC? Like, the commentary was insane. I was losing my mind.
I had it muted.
Bro, it was insane.
What were they saying?
There was a point where it was so obvious that Pantoja had won the fight when he was on his back in round 5. They had, round 1, you cannot argue that he didn't win it. Round 3, everybody was telling Pantoja he won. Like, everybody thought he won round 3. Even Cormier and Rogan were saying that Pantoja won round 3. Pantoja's corner told him he won round 3, and Moreno's corner told him Pantoja won round 3. So now it's round 5, and he just needs that round, whatever happens with round 4 in the scorecards. And he wins the striking in round 5, then gets on his back. And Cormier is saying, like, yeah, but now that Pantoja is on his back, like, what are the judges scoring? For who is this round? It was insane, bro. It was absolutely insane.
Round 5 was like a very clear round. Like, very clear.
Yeah, he won the striking, and then he took his back in that round. I had it 4-1. I thought he won for round 4 too, and 0 judges gave him round. Like, Moreno won round 1 unanimous on the cards. It's just a fucking disgrace. I don't know why they like
who won
him.
round 1?
Like, round 4. I think round 4. Sorry.
Really? I thought round 4 was like Eileen Pantoja, but I wasn't really sure.
Yeah, I thought Pantoja won, and everybody from the press had it 49-46. I don't take it as important because press guys usually suck at scoring the fights, but most people on Twitter had 49-46. I feel. I think in a 5-rounder, Pantoja does him now pretty bad. Like, Pantoja cannot possibly be. I'm not sure about beaten, but finished. And if Davison doesn't finish him, Pantoja is going to work him. Yeah, let's talk about this.
Yeah,
go back and watch what I said was going to happen with the leg kicks and after round 1. It happened.
You gotta tell them. You gotta tell them
exactly as I drew it.
Yeah,
as I drew it.
How funny is that the thumbnail for my show is you commenting saying,
"Yeah, a real man bets the places."
That's so funny. Yeah, I mean, he looked great.
He looked amazing, and people were making a lot of jokes about his nose getting fixed and all that. His pace was ridiculous, bro. Like, every other fight, he was like puffing this and that. His pace was like he was cooking Robert. Like, even without the finish, Robert was getting cooked, and that's insane. Like, he also looked so much bigger than Whittaker. He looked way bigger than him. This is maybe the best middleweight in the world.
Just might be. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. It's very nice.
Bro, when he took him down like that, I knew it was over. Like, over. He can grapple. Nobody's talking about it, but he was on Whittaker's guard, and he performed an absolutely flawless, beautiful pressure pass to side control. Everybody's acting like this guy's a brute, but this guy can grapple.
Yeah. You got to check I'm going to comment it after this. You got to check. People love the homeless pick. It was killing it for a while, and then
I saw that in the preview, like the previous episode. Everybody's what's Andrew's homeless pick? What's Andrew's homeless pick? What's Andrew's homeless pick? Every comment, bro. Fucking poors.
Yeah, I mean, I thought before the fight that Duplessis, that Whittaker was a harder matchup than Adesanya. I mean, he just walked through Whittaker. Like, I felt he could grapple Adesanya.
On paper, it was maybe. But then when I really look into the fight, I kind of expected that to happen kickboxing-wise. Like, we talked about this. Yeah, he's good. He's good at fighting.
Shout out to me for cashing that under, too.
I don't know what to say, really. Like, there's tape of you saying, yeah, I think Whittaker minus 400 is justified. I think he's going to beat him any way he wants on the feet. Those were your words.
1-for-1 on bets for the fight. That's about all you could ask for.
I didn't like the stoppage in the main event.
This guy loves you, bro. This is your guy. You gotta get him an autograph or something.
Don't you think like that was an early stoppage? Like you have to give Jair an opportunity to be a warrior.
He did not. He wanted out, bro. He was sitting there like this.
I don't know. I have that. What if he would have come back? I think you cannot stop that. Like I would have let Volk pound him a little bit more, couple minutes.
He was punishing. You know what it was? That body shot. He wanted out after that body shot.
It was the punch before. Like he was hurt.
You think? I thought when he got hit to the body, he was done.
I don't think the body shot was that bad because he was kind of curled. Like the one that was really bad was the Duplessis one to Robert. Like he hit him bad, but he got like his elbows tucked in, and he was already like cool. I don't really think Bolt hit him that hard there. Really? You know what I mean?
I thought he crushed his body there. I'll rewatch it.
It was like a Mike Tyson out of position upper, you know, body head, uppercut, and he was just setting up the entry. I feel he was already hurt. Yeah, I really like when Volk was pounding his head 20 times in a row. Just how bad is Jair? Let's talk about how bad is Jair after calling him a fraud for months. Like, this guy sucks. That fight wasn't competitive. Volkanovski looked minus 1,000. It was literally like he got bored of playing with him and he was like, okay, I'm going to finish the fight. How bad is this guy?
He just started beating him in his own game.
I hope we get like the UFC is going to give him a striker. I feel the Mexican market is big, and Jair is kind of spectacular. He sucks. If we get the Evloev against him after that Evloev last fight where he looked like shit, maybe we can get a minus 150 on Evloev, and that's a burn the boats type of position.
Yeah, I mean, who would you even really favor Yair against in the top 10 right now?
No one. There is tape of me saying he's the worst featherweight in the UFC.
Just Emmett. Just Josh Emmett.
In the ranking?
Cater would beat him.
Cater will murder him. Come on, Cater cannot be stopped. Cater can probably grapple him.
Bryce Mitchell would dog walk.
But that's not a competitive fight.
No.
Like he has one opportunity to kill him, maybe two, when the second round starts, and that's about it. He could probably twister Jair.
Imagine if they did Giga Chikadze versus Yair. You wouldn't know who to fade.
Yeah.
Look, someone said that. That's funny.
For the fraud weight belt. They can do like the BMF bet.
No, he does not.
The baddest mother fraud.
This is crazy. I don't think he needs another fight.
Who is he going to fight? Like, why? How? I don't. Bryce Mitchell was supposed to be this super prospect with all these wins, and now he cleaned Emmett real bad. Like, if Volkanovski goes up to fight Makhachev, I don't know how, because he has to get surgery for 6 weeks and then get into camp. I don't think it's possible, but if he does it, Topuria is inevitably going to fight Holloway in December in Spain, I feel, or November. We will be there no matter what.
What you gonna be watching the fights this weekend?
Yeah, it's horrible like timetable because they start like the pay-per-view. I think it's 1 a.m. start for me.
Yeah.
And like 6:30 a.m. finish or so, or 7 a.m. Oof, that's rough. Yeah, I don't mind it.
It's gonna be worth it.
I don't know. Maybe I go out and I don't watch the fights. We'll see.
Big money card.
The next one is an early card too. It's London, so that's probably in the afternoon. The next one, that's pretty good for me. I don't know. I mean, if I go out, I go out. If not, I'll watch the fights. Obviously, if I'm at home, I always watch them. I'm not like you that just place the bet and then go watch golf or baseball. I'm a real UFC fan.
I watch every fight. What are you talking about?
You have never watched Contender Series?
Only when I have bets, but I watch every UFC fight.
That's a lie.
I swear.
Not every fight. Maybe taping, but live? You don't watch every fight live. You watch like the main cards. You're like those people that walk into the arena when the good fights start. You don't understand my pain watching women prelims and everything.
I've been to fights probably live, like 7 UFCs, and I've been there for the first fight every single time. Yeah, this has like been the most boring week of the year for me in terms of betting. I literally am just sitting here taking fights all day.
What is this guy talking about? The Alps start tomorrow. The Tour
Oh
de
my
France is
God.
about to go electric. Electric, Andrew. Like we got the Colombier tomorrow, Duke the Plan on Saturday, Sunday another big mountain day, Monday rest day, and Tuesday individual time trial, your favorite. That's Andrew's favorite, individual time trial. And then on Wednesday, the mountains again. It's going to be absolutely electric, Andrew. We take the yellow jersey tomorrow with Pogacar. Stage and yellow jersey. It's going to be easy money. I fucking told you. Yeah, there's also Wimbledon tomorrow and the final on Sunday.
There you go, someone. Wimbledon.
I already posted them. I bet Djokovic and Alcaraz both to win 3-1. System bet on grass. No, I don't want to bet darts, and I wouldn't want to watch that shit. Apparently, it's big, like in England. Just looks like a drunk people sport, darts. That's fake. That's not a real line. Medvedev is like plus 200, plus 220. Lance Armstrong, bro.
That was a good documentary. I've watched that.
It's like one of the 3 videotapes Andrew has watching his whole life regarding movies and documentaries. That one, A Bronx Tale, and The Lion King.
Bronx Tale is a great movie.
How is darts going to be more alpha than MMA? I know that like isn't like the best or the champion of darts like a bald fat guy from England. How is it? Bro, these people are absolute degenerates. Like, what is even that? If you are considering betting Djokovic to win a point each return game plus 700, you need therapy. There is auto-exclusion things in betting apps and everything, bro. You need to talk to a family member and get help.
What else?
I think Holm kind of fucks him up.
I'm not entertaining this.
Do you think you could out wrestle her?
What kind of question is that?
Right now? Have you seen Holly Holm? Like, that's a man.
I'm not entertaining this at all.
You look scared.
Not taking the bait.
I'm leaning Holly.
All right, you got anything else for the people?
Not really. I already told Tour de France electric weekend. I'm serious. You think I'm joking? But it's going to be absolutely electric. Tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. And I hope we win this card. It's really not a crazy bet card. You know what I mean? Not really any huge numbers or anything. Some round props. Yeah, but that's round props. So, yeah. Not the best card, but I think it's a very winnable card. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
So, yeah.
Let's do it.
I think we'll get on top and not get on top. We'll get on the profitable side and see you at the top, like Michael Chandler says.
America's champ.
America's champion. See you at the top.
All right. Peace, guys. See you next week.